Happy Saturday, family. I am so excited to be back recording again. It has been about a year and a half since the last time that I was actually recording and uploading videos, and I am just so happy that it presented itself, the opportunity presented itself that I can come back and share what I've dealt with, what I've been going through during the weeks. I know I watched some of my old videos, and before I used to never watch my videos. Like, I would just record, post, and be done. So here recently, I was watching some of my old videos, and I was talking about the way that I sound, and I was just pouring it out, just sharing, and it was just so funny to watch. And I just want to let you guys know that it may have been a blessing for you. I pray that it was a blessing for you, but man, it was a blessing for me too. I was on there confessing, I was going through things, I was sharing my heart, and it helped me, the videos, just recording to you guys, and going outside early in the morning and studying my Bible. It really helped me make it over, and I'm just glad that I'm able to start doing this again. So just as much as you may have been blessed, I have been blessed as well. So within a year and a half, a lot of things can happen, and I just want to share a few things before I get into the things that I want to talk to you about today. One of the things that I would like to share with you is there is a book, and the book is called True Princess. And I did not intentionally sit down and just write a book. I use writing as a way to cope. And so back in the day, if something disappointed me or hurt me or anything like that, I would write it down. And what ended up happening is I was writing so much that I was like, this somebody could read this, somebody can use this. From the things that I've dealt with and I've been gone through, somebody else can be blessed by this. So I decided to put it in a book form and send it to someone to read, and their feedback was, wow, this is excellent. And I was like, really? It is? So they gave me the information as to an editor. It's a self-publishing company called Ex Libris. You can buy the book on Amazon, but I like to self-sell my books. So I have a box full of books. These books are $10. If you would like a book, you can email me at missivorynicole@yahoo.com. You can email it to me. I kind of like self-selling my own books so that I can kind of maybe write a message on the inside, or I can hand deliver and say, here you go, and just see the faces of the people and the princesses that are reading the book. But if you would like to, you can go on Amazon and purchase the book as well. It is more than $10, so you get that little deal. But I am so happy that this is a part of my journey. People have bought the book and read it and said that it has been a blessing to them. It has been a blessing to me. I have read this book several times, and I may read it again. But I'm just so thrilled that there's a hard copy of the things that I, just teenage stuff that I was trying to get through. Here it is. So if you would like one, please email me. In other news, there is a baby. Little Jeremiah is due next month. Not this video, but maybe a couple videos from now, I will share my pregnancy journey. It actually has been really challenging for me and my husband, this pregnancy, being pregnant, staying pregnant, but Jeremiah decided to stick, and I am very, very excited and happy to have him be a part of the family. So next month, I pray right now that he does not take me away from you guys, either whether he's sitting here with us or he's napping or somewhere with his dad. But I'm praying that my Saturdays I can still get 11 minutes, 12 minutes to just rap with you guys, so that I can share and that you can have something to know that there's somebody else out there that may be dealing with the same things that you are. Which brings me to where I am at in my journey. Today I want to just talk to you guys about hidden messages, subliminal messages. I wanted to talk to you guys about, just how the internet, how Netflix, how social media has been really disturbing, my journey, my days. And so I wanted to share that with you all because I know that I'm not the only one struggling. So the first thing that I wanted to say is I have noticed that I've been watching a lot of TV lately. And I don't know if I'm doing it to pass the time or I'm just falling in love with these shows, but what it's doing is it's keeping me from doing the things that God has called me or asked me to do. And so I know that I can feel it because what ended up happening to me is last week I was in my bed and all of a sudden I just felt attacked. And I was like, how am I feeling attacked? How am I feeling these feelings? Like I was scared. I turned on all the lights in my house. Like I was fearful. I had anxiety. And I was like, how am I feeling all of these feelings just out of nowhere? And so a couple days after that, I was watching my show and I went to bed and my husband was already asleep. And I said, oh no, something's not adding up. Get up, let me see your phone, let me check your phone, let me go through your stuff. I feel some type of way. What is this? So what I was doing was I was taking on so many people's problems that I was watching. I was putting myself in people's shoes. I was creating my own problems. Poison was coming into my mind. Poison was coming into my heart. I was taking in all of these things and it just was like, what's up? God, where are you? But then I sat down and I realized I have been spending so much time watching episode after episode after episode after show on Instagram, on social media, watching video after video after video, and God has been pushed to the side all the way. 6 hours could pass by on a Saturday just laying around saying, making excuses to just watch TV all day. But it was affecting me and I wasn't understanding that just by watching a show could affect me, like disconnect me from Christ. So I want you guys to be conscious of this subliminal message. There was one show that I used to watch called Dr. House. And he is like this cocky person, very selfish, very about himself, very rude, very arrogant. And all of a sudden, I start acting like that. And my siblings would be like, you're so mean. Why are you acting like that? And I was like, I'm not mean. You guys don't understand me. You guys don't love me. You guys. But I didn't realize that I was taking on the characteristics of this character. It's just so weird how quickly one episode could knock you off of the path that God has asked you to be on. There may be things that God has asked you to do. There may be faith that God has asked you to demonstrate. And one episode of one show can totally take you out of or drift you away from, the desire to have faith or demonstrate the faith, So I'm not saying that you can't be on social media. I'm not saying that you cannot be entertained. I'm saying that I think it's time for us to create some boundaries and balance when it comes down to things like that. So I think that one of my goals this week is to write down, put back some things back into perspective, write down some things that I want to put back into priority. For an example, I want to start walking 30 minutes a day. I want to spend a couple minutes a day just reading and talking to the baby. No TV, no nothing, just me and baby time. I want to spend some more time with my husband. It's funny because I would say, Hap, come watch this show with me. That would be our spending time, but no, that's not fair either. We just got a new book called Kingdom Marriage by Tony Evans. So, just reading and doing some stuff and putting God back in his place. One of the things that I want to confess before I go is, my prayer has not been like as thick as it usually is. Yes, pray before meals. Yes, pray on the way to work. But I mean like my get down prayer time, prayer for my family, prayer for my husband, prayer for myself, prayer over my family, prayer over my baby, just speaking it life. I have not been doing that. And it's part of the problem is 6 hours of Netflix. You know, Netflix will be like, you got 20 seconds to go get you something to drink and the next episode will come on. So that is at the top of my list, to just get back into just getting down and dirty in my prayer life. The test does not stop. The trials do not stop. The enemy's attacks do not stop. And social media, Instagram, Netflix, all these things, Facebook, all of this stuff is not our armor to protect us from the tests and trials that are coming. So please, if you are not going to reevaluate, please know that the enemy is going to come and punch you out. And when he comes to punch you out, it is not going to be easy to get back up, because you got to stay armored up. You got to stay suited up. You got to stay ready. Stuff doesn't stop. Time doesn't stop because we don't feel like cleaning our room today. Time doesn't stop because we have to work. Time does not stop. And God does not stop, and neither does the enemy. And anything that he can do to separate us from God, he is going to try to do. So we have to make sure, we have to be intentional. We have to make sure that we are balanced. We are 1 step, 2 step, 3 step. Yes, you can watch your shows, but maybe 30 minutes instead of 6 hours. Yes, you can go hang out with your friends. Yes, you can do the things that you love, but balance and priorities. If you notice, when you make your list, the enemy's going to try to keep you from, oh, I want to start working out. Oh, I want to start doing this. The enemy's going to try to do everything he can to keep you from doing whatever your heart's desire is. Remember, his job is to steal, kill, and destroy. But also remember that we were created to worship through our life, through our choices, through our relationship, the way we walk, the way we talk. We were created to worship. So with that being said, let's put some things back into perspective. Let's be conscious of the hidden messages. Let's know that, understand that when we're feeling the anxiety and the depression, it's not coming from anywhere. The Bachelor, watching that show, and you may be at a place being single. God may have asked you to be single during this season. The Bachelor might not be the best show to watch. You know, just being intentional with the things that you're pouring and allowing in your eye gate and in your heart. Because that stuff really suffices, and it really has an effect on you, whether you know it or not. So, I'm praying for you all. I pray that you take my words into consideration. I pray that you become intentional with this week. I pray that you become intentional with pouring good things back into your mind and your heart, so that you can go forward with this journey with Christ, go forward with the dreams and goals. You know, sitting for 1 month, sitting every Saturday watching TV keeps me from my dreams, you know, my goals. That's time I could be spending on the things that, my goals, the things that I've always wanted to do. That's time, that's crunch time. You know, so we can't look at these stars and everybody getting their life if we're going to sit around and eat popcorn all day and, oh, pity me. Get up off the couch. Get your priorities back together. Put God back in his spot. Open your toolbox. Blow your toolbox off. Blow your Bible off. And get back into it, so that you can be all you can for the kingdom, so you can be back powerful for God. That's what we're here for. Well, that's what I'm here for. So I pray that you're encouraged. I pray that you're blessed. I love you. I pray that you have a wonderful week. Whatever it is that your goals, your priorities, whatever God is telling you to do, I pray that you get back to that, because that is more important than any series you can watch. I pray that you find some balance. I pray that you find joy and peace in your home, but you got to clean up first. So I'm going to get ready to go clean my house. And I will see you all next Saturday.